Hey, everybody. My name's Brian Gleize. I'm joined with Matt Speight and Mark Blassie. We are the Benefit Builders. We're creating a podcast for employers just like you that need assistance and maybe even a trusted advisor to help you through the employee benefits, whether that's health insurance, ancillary benefits, and things like that. We just wanted to take a few quick moments to kind of introduce ourselves, who we are, and what our objective is. Since I'm the one with the biggest mouth, I'll start. My name is Brian Gleize, and I'm considered an account executive here at the Scott Agency. And what that really means is that I'm a boots on the ground guy. I'm out there with you. I'm out there with your employees. When you have questions, you're going to come to me, or actually all three of us, but I'll be one of your first points of contacts depending on who you get assigned to. But it's my pleasure to help you in any way that I can. And this is Matt Speight, our CEO. Tell them about you.
Thanks, Brian. Matt Speight, President and CEO. I've been at Scott Agency since October of 2007 and been CEO for the last several years. I'm a third generation in the insurance industry at Scott Agency, and proud to be a part of this podcast with Mark and Brian.
And Mark, tell us about yourself.
Good afternoon, Brian and Matt. When we first started talking about this concept, I was thrilled because we look for ways to communicate our message and our value prop. And as part of the extension of your team, I'm looking forward to sharing in a very practical way through conversation how we help our clients, how we work together, how we collaborate, because oftentimes you try and express that in an email or an attachment, and while we may understand it, sometimes it just takes a simple conversation like we hope to be able to do in these podcasts. Benefit Builders, we went round and round on how should we brand ourselves, and at the end of the day, we feel we are builders, that we're trying to help organizations build the right benefit program for their most important asset, their employees.
Yeah, and that's perfect. So with the three of us, I consider Mark Blassie the benefits architect. He really has the access. He's got his thumb on the pulse of what's going on in the industry. He brings all the pieces of the puzzle together for me and Matt to reach out to your employees and give you assistance. Collectively, the Scott Agency has put itself in a position to be competitive now and for years in the future through being a Keystone partner. All that means is that you, the business owner, are not solely dependent on the three of us. We have the backroom support and the technology to go up against any of the largest companies. But as Matt said, us being a family-owned company, third generation, when I first got hired on, Grandpa Keith Duran interviewed me, and that was something incredible. Grandpa was in his 90s at that particular time, but I consider it the best of both worlds. You get the hometown feel of a small agency with the main street details or access to different programs that you have in the big cities, and that's what the Benefit Builders is going to be. One thing that I can tell you is that we're professional insurance agents. We are not professional podcasters. So there could be some blips in the road on our filming here. This isn't really scripted. We are just looking for a way to connect to you and see if we can improve the efficiency or the communication that you receive to help your employees get the best benefits, you the best price or the best structure or architecture of the policy. And if you grow, we grow. So that's it. In our future podcasts, we're going to go over things like the pillars of excellence and how we do what we do. We want to keep it relevant. We don't want just to be the talking heads, which this is the closest one that we're going to be a talking head, because after this one, we're going to get down and dirty. But I appreciate you taking a moment to watch this to kind of figure out who we are. We have all of the platforms. We're out on YouTube. We're out on Facebook. We have our webpage presence. We're dabbling in the podcast world. We'll get all that information to you, but just hold tight. Please stay with us. We're going to have some fun as we talk about benefits and how to build them. Matt, anything closing?
I was going to comment for a minute of how we get access to a guy like Mark Blassie. We became a Keystone partner in February of 2016, shortly after Keystone came into Missouri. And one of the benefits we get from being a Keystone partner is we get access to their benefits department in Indiana. And Mark is our VP of benefits for the state of Missouri. And we consider Mark to be a member of our team, our benefits team here at the Scott Agency. We've got 3 offices. We are still independently and locally owned, although we do pay a franchise fee to Keystone to get access to many of their products, including Mark Blassie.
And we drag his butt all over the state of Missouri. So, Mark, do you have anything extra in closing?
Only to say it takes a team. The alignment of valuable resources are only going to be important if we could connect with those of you in the communities that the Scott Agency serves. And we have proven that combination can really deliver some sustainable value. And we're excited about this communication tool. And like Brian said, we're not professional podcasters, but you won't find 3 more dedicated and committed benefit builders than Brian, Matt, and myself. So we look forward to kicking this off and, as Brian said, keeping it relevant as time goes on.
That's a perfect closing, brother. Guys, thank you very much. Stay tuned. There'll be more. Bye-bye.